I'm not ready. Yeah, it's raining outside. I've been awake for a little bit. Got some stuff done. Got the dogs out. I wouldn't go far because of boom booms out in the perimeter. And some of those boom booms were thunder. The rest was pop pop fireworks. We're coming up to it, the 4th, right? But as you watch this, it's way past the 4th because I'm way ahead. Yeah, you're right. So last night, that's when that happened. I was shooting juicing videos. And look, I've got strainers. It happens. It happens. I got to deal with it. I want to do other things. I'm hoping this rain will subside later on and I'll be able to go out and actually shoot a fishing video on the actual channel where I make actual money. Maybe in the future, maybe soon, I could say that for this channel. But yeah, welcome back to M Hood Discovered. More troubles. So, I got to deal with this. When I woke up this morning and I was having my coffee, I saw a comment on M Hood's Boom. It said, "You need more travel, M Hood." I came in here and I thought, shit, there's the trouble. Oh, wait a minute, you meant treble, didn't you? Yeah, so in the other room, we got the Goldfish live. That's the name of the YouTube channel, The Goldfish. He's live. He's banging out the bass right now. I might just go sit back down and listen to the Goldfish bang out the bass. Like dubstep and things of that nature he's banging out right now. Really cool bloke. British bloke from the UK. I think he's British. I don't know, he might be English as well, but yeah, you're right. Sweet beats coming out of the other room and standing water in this room. That means I got to get under the sink. I took some ibuprofen and some aspirin because I was hurting when I woke up. And yeah, if you ever had to deal with this kind of thing, you know, you know what's up. It can be easy, but it's a bitch to get up under there and do things. And I think we're gonna have to break out the snake. Most people will be like, "Oh, it's in the trap." Not my first rodeo with this sink. It just, the drains, it's further down. But we will start with the trap, because everybody's going to be like, "It's the trap." We got to start with the trap. We got standing water. We tried plunging it last night. It's not going down. We've been able to move the water between the trap with the plungers, so I know it's not there. But we got to start there to get rid of this excess of water. And let me show you how that's done after I spend a few more minutes sitting down. And I'm getting called in there anyway by a red bone. You were calling? Oh, you want to go past? You want to go see if I drop something on the floor? Good luck. Yeah, you're right. Sweet beats. As soon as Tulsa came out, she came back in, thundered. I got the coffee. Maybe just a few more minutes watching Mr. Goldfish here. Whenever there's a problem in this house, no matter what the problem is, calling the landlord just stretches it out, stretches me out. Landlord ain't gonna do anything. He may say, "Oh," if he does reply, "You want me to get something?" He may get the wrong thing. It may be 2 weeks before he gets the wrong thing. He may just say he's gonna get it and never does. It's all on me. So, I woke up with problems. I gotta deal with them. Luckily, we don't have a time crunch right now because it's raining. It's hot too. Maybe the rain will make it better, but usually it makes it worse because the humidity just comes up. The field temp is like 104 already. It's pretty humid outside. But it's kind of windy in there. So it's not the worst, it's just not the best. It's sticky, right? There's coffee though. See this? Like a perfect corner almost. See, there's that piece of ply right there, and then there's that one right there. Right? So goes that way, that line comes this way, turns the corner right there. This whole rectangle piece of plywood is dropping right underneath the trailer. Right here is where the slab ends. It goes from concrete to dirt because the slab on this particular site was not poured for a trailer. It was poured for an RV camper trailer, right? So this isn't sitting all on concrete. It's half dirt, half concrete. This is where we start to go downhill. But there's other things going on as we get even closer to beginning this project. So that part of the floor that's dropping out on me runs up underneath the sink. And here you get to see what I'm hiding under here. No, it's not body parts. It's just the normal stuff you put under a sink, and it has to all come out. But we'll go ahead and just shuffle things to the side. And you can see already historic damage here. See the false bottom of the underworld of the sink is dropping out too. That's because before I ever moved here there was historic damage, water damage. I don't know from what. But look, here's my trap. Let me get this empty bottle out of the way. See it going downhill? So we need to remove this, and then there's my washout. I'm going to continue clearing out the hole underneath there so we have room to work. Maybe there's some stuff I could even part with. There's a lot of empty bottles under there. Why do I have so many empty bottles? Now that that's done, to make it easier, straight to the grass. The screen on this window is busted, so it's convenient. Usually most people would just let this drain into a bucket, but it's quite a bit of water. Can't get a whole bucket under there and easily get it out when it's full of as much water as it's going to be full of. That's more agreeable. It's not just the amount that's up here, it's the amount that you can't see that's down in the trap, right? Here we go, there's the bucket. I know the lighting situation under here is not exactly optimal, but you can see what's going on. So we got to undo two things here. You see them? And we're gonna kind of do them in unison, sort of. These are just hand tight. They have seals on them that... Oh, there we go. Dropped right out. Stinks. Yeah, does it ever stink? Alright, so I'm not going to dump this bucket out the window. I'll put it in the garden. There we go. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. This is on pretty tight, that's why I need the crescent wrench. We're probably going to have some waterworks too, but not too much. I just can't avoid it. There's gonna be some water right in this line right here still, because it's after the trap, right? Any second now. And now it's, whoa! Not much of a problem, that. He could just go. Stinks. Alright, so I need to get some light so I can see what's up. I already know what's up just because of the sheer fact that there was standing water in this pipe. I know the problem was not in here. I knew all along it was not in this trap. It's in here, but not up here. Way down there somewhere. Oh. So if there's standing water in this line right here, coming all the way up to where the trap ties into that, that means your problem's down there. So we've opened this, and now we're gonna look in here, and yeah, right up to here, there's still standing water. So this is where it becomes a real pain in the ass. There's two things I can do, or three things really, but there's only one thing that I have with me that I can do something with, and that's the hardest way to go about it. For some people, they're just gonna get on their keyboard and say, oh, you don't know how to work a snake. Well, I do, and I've seen professionals have a pain in the ass right here. You gotta get the snake in there. This is easy, right? Go in the hole, get it going down, and then it's gonna run into another elbow directly below here, and you got to get that snake to turn, and you're doing this all by hand, and it's gonna take a while. But the problem's probably not that far away. It's just around a bunch of corners. If we had an electric snake, easy peasy, but we don't. This is a cheap snake. I'm already at an elbow, and this is as much as I've put in. See that right there? Now, when you're doing this, keep an eye on the water level there. It would be handy dandy if there was a washout somewhere else under the house, but this is the only one. And it's a pain getting under this house doing this kind of work, so I'm not going to get so desperate that I'm going to go under there and start cutting pipes. I got past that elbow, and I ran into something else. Now the other two things that I could do, I could get the water hose and shove it down there with one of them clog buster things that looks like a sex toy, and I could also plug up my trap line, hook the shop vac hose right there, put it down there, and blow it out. I've done that before, but I had my buddy's shop vac here, and I don't have his shop vac here right now. I do have a vacuum cleaner, but I think it's just sucks. It doesn't blow, and a shop vac is versatile. It sucks and blows. There we go. I need to get some light. I still have standing water, and I got a standing red bone right behind me, seeing if I need some help. I've been messing with this for about 20 to 30 minutes, and as per usual, I just can't get the snake to the clog, and I'm considering something. I think I'm going to go ahead and red-green this. I'm going to red-green the piss out of this. A lot of you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. I don't see it as a big deal removing that piece of particle board. It was rotten, falling apart. And remember, this piece of plywood that runs up under the sink is dropping out. There's got to be some kind of weird structural damage underneath it and a lot of rot. So yeah, eventually this is gonna have to all come out, or I'm going out. I mean, something's gonna have to happen. Either I move or this gets worked on. And I'm renting and the landlord doesn't do anything. So do you think I'm gonna continue living here with a big hole in the floor? To red green this problem away, we need a hose, we need a leaf blower, and the ultimate essential for every red green solution, duct tape. Looks like a problem, you say. Doesn't to me. Probably should make sure everything's dry. What we're gonna start out with is getting our duct tape wrapped around our little pipe, our little hose first. All right, now we're gonna stick it in the hole, the little into the big hole. If you're into wrapping, come on over. You can wrap all you want right now. Got a strange craving for poutine for some reason. I don't know why. And maple syrup, I like some poutine with maple syrup. Wonder why that is. Anyway, I'm a hungry hippie. I might just go get some tacos instead of poutine with maple syrup. But yeah, you're right. We're almost done with the red green drain fixer upper thing. There's a spot on the North Shore called Hungry Hippie Tacos. That's where you get the tachos at. You know, it's tater tot nachos. They make all their tacos with fry bread instead of taco shells. Yeah, you're right. Hungry Hippie Tacos. Okay, I'm powered up, but I'm not fully attached. To complete this attachment, we're going to use a red-green attacher. In the hole. It's kind of tight. That's a tight hole. Okay. You don't have to use the heavy-duty red-green attacher for this one. You can use the light-duty one. I said to myself, I'm not going to remove this spacer, but shit. I might have to, because it's a pain in the ass right now. I guess they weren't thinking about the red-green fix when they put that spacer right there. There's a lot of things they seem to not have thought of when they built these old trailers. I mean, you could tell this wasn't built in Canada. I don't know. I'm sorry about that if that offends you. Maybe they don't build trailers any better in Canada. Definitely back in the 70s and 80s when this was built. All right. Hopefully we have a good seal here and here. But we got to use our hand here. Oh, shoot. There we go. Thought I broke something again. All right, powering up. I was hoping to be able to tell you that the way you measure success with this is by the amount of pressure coming out of here. Once that drops, then you've blown the clog, you've pushed the clog forward. But the pressure didn't drop, the battery dropped. Red green fixes don't always work. They're just comical. They do work in that manner. Yeah, you're right. In the comedy manner. Because Red Green is a Canadian comedy show where they fix everything with duct tape. And yeah, sometimes you can fix stuff. You can make something work with duct tape. I've had this work using the shop vac to push it out, push the clog forward. Okay, now we have to destroy our light duty red green attachment to see if we had any success. And if we're not getting success with this, we gotta go back to the snake. Man, those tachos are sounding good right now. I still have standing water. I can't talk. Standing water. Every time I'm dealing with this and I let someone know, especially if they're a normie, they're like, why don't you just get some Drano? Drano doesn't work on this. The drain is clogged too far down the line. It's a waste of money. And then you're forced to like deal with it like this, and you get Drano all over your hands. Liquid plumber, whatever. Those substances work better when you're trying to bust a clog in the trap, not when it's like so far down the line. And I don't know, it's just a problem with this line. I'm upset that the red green fix failed. It worked once before, but that was with a shop vac. Maybe the leaf blower just doesn't have enough pressure. And this snake sucks. There's too many turns right here. I think there might be another trap. And I've looked up under the house before right here, and it's just so much in the way. Hate living here. Pain in the ass. I shouldn't be having to do this because I rent. But even if I want to bitch and scream and pound the floor, at the end of the day, it's me who has to do this, because no one's going to show up and do this. They're just going to show up and raise the rent more and never fix anything. The money don't come back. Never will. So I gotta go, and I'm not coming back. Drop your water level. Dang it. Just gotta get this snake past whatever that roadblock is. Just sit here and shove it in the hole till it works out. I've been in at this for over an hour now. I'm sweating balls, hot. I feel filthy, it stinks, and I can't get anywhere with this damn cheap snake. I'm gonna have to give up for the moment. Come on, I got other things to do. Why am I doing this? You want to know? I want to do a catch and cook later. I got a hankering for blackened catfish, and I'd like to be able to do dishes and stuff. I might just be knocking a spacer out of the way is what I might be doing, so I can put a bucket there, and we're gonna be doing the bucket thing. I mean, shoot, when I lived in New York, I didn't have plumbing in the buildings that I lived in for a while. I did eventually, but for many years before the plumbing came in, we were bucket flushing. We had buckets under the sink before we had pipes coming to the sink with running water. Shoot, I lived for 4 years without electric heat or gas heat. For a little bit of that 4 years, I had a wood burning stove. Not a lot, just a little bit. Like one winter, I had a wood burning stove for a little bit. It wasn't a good one, so I only used it for a bit. It was kind of dangerous to use it because it was so janky. I can live without running water. It sucks. I can live with just a bucket underneath the sink, but it sucks. Because I'm paying to live like this. More than, I'm not going to tell you what I'm paying, but it's more than I should be. And I tell the landlord about problems, and he acts like I'm lying. Like I don't know what I'm talking about. And I do know what I'm talking about. I just want to do normal things. Dishes, cook, normal things. Clean myself. Wash my hair. Normal things. In a normal situation, someone would be over here fixing it. Especially for what I pay. But this is not that situation. In a normal situation, I wouldn't be ripping up the bottom of that cabinet. But there's no security deposit here. And I got to get stuff done. I got to fix shit to keep going, to go on. Because no one's going to come over here, like I said, and fix it for me. I'm just going to have to wait till my friend is home and borrow better tools. Because mine aren't working. Or I'm going to have to get up under the house this time and cut that pipe loose. Put another washout down there. Because... and a lot of times, the way they built these is not built to last, and it's not built the best. You know, not the best design. Constantly having this problem with the sink. About once, twice a year, maybe. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but that's too much for a rental. You know? And this, like, every now and then your trap gets clogged, and that's easy peasy to deal with. But this is down in the line, and it's a pain. It's not like I'm dumping stuff down there. I got strainers. Anyway, sounds like I need to get lit, but I got stuff to do. Maybe I'll do stuff lit. I don't know. Well, we're going to end it right here without a success. It's a red-green failure day. Shit. Anyway, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time. I need a bath now.